Hello adventurers and welcome back to Valk'rain Gaming. So we're in episode 19 now, the Divinity 2 playthrough. We're here in Driftwood, and what we're going to do this episode, we're just going to dive straight into it. And we're just going to explore some of these points of interest that we got up here. So
You
once I took
stranger,
these... Oh,
what are you doing here?
well, I was going to go talk to them kids, but we've been stopped by these Magisters here. We're going to explain that we have business with the Superior and walk away.
The Magister turns back to her patrols.
You're safe among friends.
If the Magisters are going to keep stopping us, it might be a good idea to actually head down here first. I mean, we got past the kids anyway, so we'll talk to them first.
Hello, mister.
I'm hoping these kids aren't going to ask about Joe right now.
The little boy looks at you. He picks his nose.
It's good protein up there, son.
You be careful. My daddy's a Magister. No, he's
Not
not.
really a
His
threat.
daddy's a fisherman like most daddies round here.
It's a noble job. I like fishermen. We're definitely going to go with his dad's good. Oh God, apparently I read that wrong. I don't know whether to take the pompous response here and say, we'll go with
They
it.
stare at you in disbelief. Then they start laughing.
You're weird.
It's the best way to be. All the best ones are.
We're waiting for our friend. He went for a swim. He'll be back soon.
Oh no, kids. Kids, Joe ain't coming back. Joe's gone.
He went swimming all the way to Fort Happy.
There's nothing good at Fort Joy.
Fort Joy? That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back.
Oh no. Let's ask her about the friend's name.
How did you know that? Mister, have you seen our friend Joe?
We can't lie. We're awfully good. But we're just going to have to tell them the truth. They're going to have to find out one way or another.
The horror grows on their little faces.
No, that's a horrible thing to say. I bet it wasn't Joe. I bet it was someone else's leg in that icky shark.
It's a horrible world, kids, but believe me, it was Joe.
She bursts into tears. Then looks from you to her and back again. Then starts crying too.
We'll give him a hug.
After a moment,
sorry,
the
kids.
crying subsides.
I'm sorry.
Anne and Harriet snuggle into you.
You needed to know, though.
So where's Joe?
We're gonna paint him a nice image. Yeah, let's leave him with something nice.
They look puzzled, but the little boy seems to accept the idea.
I think we should go home. Come on, Ben. Thank you, mister. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, mister.
You be safe,
They
kids.
skip away, still children, but now, somehow, older than before.
I'd like to believe we helped them out there, then. I'll take the poison grenade. Why not? We can always end up selling that. It sells for the most. One thing that most people do when they're playing RPG, you just find the items that sells for the most if you're never going to use them. Bunch of Magisters down here. Let's see
Don't
what
let
we
up
got.
now. Keep hauling that. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. I'll not lose another day to the tide.
That's disgusting, that is.
The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's breath.
The Magister stops barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
We're going to keep our cool. Bid him a good day.
You do not get to make that decision. That decision is mine. A good day? Let's talk about a good day. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods?
Let's see why he'd inquire that.
I inquire because I enjoy painting a picture with which I'm so very intimately familiar.
I already don't like this guy.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh turns wet.
I reckon we could take him.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss.
Well, let's cross our arms, see what he's got.
My favourite one. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need a sauce hound yapping at my side. There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth, that is to say, sauce.
Everyone seems to be hating on this sauce, but they need the God Woken to save.
Best convince
Save them.
me I was mistaken.
I definitely don't want to be a Magister. We'll use the memory one. Passed it again. Nailed it.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelt on you, not the magic that dare not speak its name. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. No doubt a trustee of Dallas is champing at the bit to see some action.
Yeah, I'm definitely chomping at the bit to get my hands on Dallas. I won't say much else.
Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think these drifting woods toss on dwarf-troubled waters.
What have us dwarfs been up to now?
But they do.
Exactly what I was thinking was the first answer there. Frown and ask what our kingsmen have been doing.
Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? What are you, A mule? A beast of burden? But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune.
Taking it a bit too far there.
I've need of a rat catcher.
We'll definitely need more
Of
information if we're
course.
taking up these quests here.
I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Ask and he will answer.
I'm hoping we get to fight you at some point in this game.
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you.
Oh.
Like I said, Julian is staying.
Fight amongst yourself, lads, as much as you want.
And with
Makes it
that,
easier
I
for
must
us.
be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up?
Well, I'll definitely investigate into the wolves. I mean, me personally, I want to shake his hand, but
How very heartwarming. One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. A stranger like you may run into troubles with them.
I think we already did just.
Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. My signature will placate them without fail, I assure you. Adieu and good luck. The Lord Dread awaits. The use of the gallows I pass on to you.
Yeah, we're probably not going to be using those.
Come, my stitch-split lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
You're not even like bothered the fact that you knocked out your subordinate. Can we loot these?
Left behind like a dog. Blah. 7 curses upon that shit.
Well, if you walk like a dog, bark like a dog, and talk like a dog, you're a talking dog.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes, none the worse for wear, apparently, from the blast of magic that knocked him off his feet.
You, the so-called friend of Dallas. I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. Your meddling in Magister affairs had better be worth it.
Well, the axe in your head's going to be worth it in a minute, my friend.
Yes, I am very much aware. Wasn't my damned head that hit the floor back there. Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late and I'm beginning to worry something might have gone wrong.
We did. They're all dead down there.
By the bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, man. What happened?
Oh, we can use our mystic ability here.
Void-woken. That means source was used. Which means some third party must have attacked first. And I've a fair idea who that might have been. Raymond, that old goat, always suspected there's more to the driftwood dwarves than meets the eye. Hate to admit it, but I think he may be right. Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan attacked and destroyed.
Well, so far in the game, I've not seen anything good come out of the Magisters so far. They've just killed innocent people.
Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove.
That's what I think the dwarves are
They've
them.
always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure. And hard workers too. Half of them are their queen's spies. Her eyes, her ears, her poison-pouring hands.
I'm hoping we learn more about the Queen of the Dwarfs so far. It's been a bit vague.
You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely? A tyrant and a master strategist to boot. There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern. I suspect this man of being a spy for his queen.
It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. Where I really want you to ferret around is Reaper's Bluffs, to the west of Driftwood.
It's wild territory, remote and hostile, where I believe the dwarves may have set up a base of operations away from prying eyes.
That would be a good base if it's away from everyone.
Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working on behalf of Queen Justinia, you will be handsomely rewarded, I assure you. In that case, go forth and let the hunt commence!
Not too sure how I feel working for the Magisters, but we gotta get some quests down in this game for us. Gain some more levels, I think. Everyone seems to be heading more towards double digits now.
Never forget it.
What else have we got across here now? Oh, that person's house that we need to go to is here. See if we can make our way over there. Now, if I remember, Melody was saying that this lady's going to teach us more about the source and the abilities that we can use.
You can't
girl
go
out
in
here.
there, mister. The Meister isn't home and the Magisters locked her house up for her. They was very angry about it. They said mean things about the Meister and they left a mess, a big one.
Oh, we need the Meister to help us out with the source. We're going to have to find out where she is, Elizabeth.
She's outside the gates. I can't go outside the gates. It's very dangerous. Hey, you want to know a secret?
What another
When
secret?
the wind blows from over the stream, I can hear the Meister. I can hear her crying.
She gives you a look of the darkest meaning. Then she takes a deep breath, puts on a happy smile, turns and skips away.
So it looks like we've turned into a rescue mission now. The gallows stakes. So we'll start heading over towards them. That's another point. She said she's outside the gates. We'll head down here then. Head outside the gates here. Try and get this main quest on the go. A lot of the time with these RPG games, or with any games with side quests, to be fair, it's quite easily. Well, I'm the worst person for it. I love doing side quests. Find out more about the worlds. Getting that extra XP in. That's a safe point. Does that mean there's a boss fight coming up?
Kill Alexander, you stupid ape. Release me.
Whoa. That's the Meister there. She doesn't seem too healthy. It definitely looks like it's going to be a fight in here. I think what I might do is I might use my head a little bit here and take my 2 ranged characters and see if we can place them up here. Move Valk'rain in with
You
Freya.
poor dwarf. Do you even know what they've done to you?
Let's see
A
what's going
Magister
on here
guard
then.
approaches. Behind her, on the gallows, 2 lizards. One in a Magister uniform hangs dead from her neck. The other hangs from her hands, still alive.
Step away from the prisoner, dwarf!
Oh, definitely gonna ask, see who it is.
She's hanging by her hands because the boss don't want her dead just yet. She's a tough one, Meister Seaver. She's a seeker and she's a bloody traitor.
Yeah, we definitely need this Meister.
You're going to... what, now?
Let's offer the
She
opportunity
betrayed
here.
Alexander. I'd sooner die than free her.
Do you even know what they've done to you?
I don't want to be telling her that. We did kill Alexander though. Like he escaped, so
Come now. Is this really
we'll go with the top one.
necessary?
Oh, we failed it.
I have my orders. The prisoner stays where she is, and you can move along.
Oh, that can't happen because we definitely needed to get down. Is there any way that
The
can...
lizard hangs from the gibbet, her face blooded and her scales discoloured. Her eyes are closed, but her tongue flickers as you approach.
I'm hoping now that this gives us an opportunity to cut her down.
Driftwood, God-woken.
One bloody eye cracks open, glittering gold appearing from beneath the swollen lid.
Chased you all the way here from Fort Joy, did they? Very well then, cut me down. There is work to be done. Or indeed you could stand there gawping as if you were a cow ordered to dance a reel. It is a masterful performance. I would applaud it, but well.
But if this is going to happen,
By the seven, where are you going? Get me down!
I'll get you down in a second. I just want to reposition Valk'rain so he's up here on the ledge. I don't want to waste time trying to get him and Freya around. Let's break Freya off here.
Do you even know what they've done to you?
Let's put her behind there so she can start straight away with the backstabbing. This is tactical preparation here. Let's move you guys around. I'm ready for the worst case scenario
Well,
here.
Have you found time in your busy schedule to do your duty and release me?
Not with that attitude. Come on, lady.
Be quick about it before the Magister realizes their prize catch is about to slip through the net. Excellent.
There
Now,
we
if you'd
go.
be so kind as to gut that startled-looking Magister, it would be much appreciated. I must secure my home before they do any more damage.
Is she just gonna walk off? Just like that, huh? Okay, let's see what we got here. We got Magisters coming out of everywhere. 48 to 59 damage. That's only gonna be 2 points. I think what we'll do is we'll definitely gonna hit you. That'll do. I want to see now if we can get all 3 of you in this. Oh no, 2 misses. That's not good. That's not what I wanted. However, she's got like no magical armor, so I think Fenrir can take care of her. I think what we'll do here, I don't know if there's if the water totem's gonna be too far back there. We'll try with this water totem here. Get that up. Give myself 10% more extra damage. It's always a good one. And I think what I'll do is I'll break the armor of this guy off up in here. You're crippled. I don't think I have anything that can remove the cripple effect there. I'll pop haste down onto Freya so she can use some of her moves. Oh! The more you learn. Haste gets rid of cripple, which makes sense. Okay, now let me start taking some magical armor off her. Let's start up here with this fossil strike here. That'll do, and then we'll hit it with a fireball. Fireball! And Freya can move straight behind this silent watcher here. So we can pop infect onto one of these guys here. So infect this archer here. Because then he'll spread it across. And then we'll just break the armor down. We're missing a lot, considering that most of my party's got a decent amount of accuracy. Not 100% sure why that is. That executioner looks like she's trying to make her way up here. She's just drop ice down everywhere. Let's just take down this archer here. We've got some good cleave damage going on as well. Let's summon up another totem here. Gonna have totems for days. I don't need let's take down this archer. Totems can come in now as well. Party's doing really well at the moment. Considering some of the earlier episodes we was taking far too much damage early on. Seems to be doing a lot better now. Drop that. Nah, it's gonna get Freya there. I think what we'll do, we'll just drop it across like this. Try and get these two. It's a big damage on that executioner there. I don't think we're gonna be able to finish her off with that though. Some dragon fire down. Oh, we got her. That's what we wanted. And this silent watch is just gonna get in a world of pain now. Should have encouraged everyone straight away, but it's okay. We're in no threat here. That dog keeps getting frozen. I don't think we can. No, I didn't think we could charge straight off there. I always feel bad about killing any of the enemies, animals in these sort of games, but they'll definitely won't think twice about killing me. So. Gotta do what needs to be done. About to just mop these up now. I don't think Ricochet is going to be able to bounce off these two. No, I didn't think so. Just going to bust the dog there. Just put it down as quick as painless as what we could. Get everyone linked back up now and start loots off here. So he was able to free the Maester here. Hopefully now we can go and learn more about Source and what sort of abilities we can use with it. That's another good axe that we picked up there. Does more water damage. Only puts another point in... I think the one we got at the moment gives us a bit more stats. That even more useful. The 2 strengths exactly the same. We'll pick it up regardless though. Good thing to vendor. Getting quite the arsenal now of Magister weapons. Got another quest just down here, point of interest. I think we'll head down there now. Oh, there seems to be a lot of eggs here. I think I'll try and preempt the battle here again. Fenrir's portrait number really helping me out here. Just try and keep the mage back as far as possible. Loki can move in. Fenrir can move there. Let's see what these eggs are about.
There's one infected egg behind them. Perhaps there's still a chance.
Oh, so these are the infected eggs that we're gonna have to break. Move up then and start knocking down these voidlings here. Use petrifying touch on that one. Oh, it didn't do as much damage as what I thought he was gonna. Sort of bad totem here. Can help us do some damage. How far can you see, Loki? Just hit the nearest one then. None of these have got any sort of magical armor, so I think we'll just throw the fireball up here. We have line of sight. Try and bring that in. Keep the fire going up on this one. Let it burn out next turn. Got no real moves that we can use here. On Frey at the moment. I'm really trying to... I should have looked in Driftwood, see if we get any of the rogue moves. Any of the rogue totems. So she can learn any of those. We'll have to have a look when we go back. Well, that's a boss. Fancy him turning up now. I think I'll end my turn there with Valk'rain, just keep those points on. Okay, now, what can we do here? Got a venom winged void woken just, just staring down at us, popping out the ground there. Then what we'll do is we'll clear mind ourselves, get our stats boosted up, and we'll just put some early damage down onto him. Get rid of that armor. Make sure he gets into a world of pain. Oh no. I'm gonna break in the totem here, but we can always resummon it next turn. I want to put as much damage down onto this guy now. Oh, it's out of range. The eggs are hatching now as well, but they're just going to be walking into the fire, which benefits us. I'm going to encourage everyone here now, and then we're just going to put Infect down onto the Void Woken there. Reduce his physical damage that he's going to be doing. Just going to try and nullify it as much as possible. Mucus just... well, it's actually helped us. So... getting that good dodge in there. Let's use that attack retreat just to get us down over here, and we'll summon another totem over here. Oh, you can summon blood totems. That is cool. That is cool. Pop haste onto Freya so she gets an extra point. Very AP move. Oh, and there it is. Easy. I'm saying that, you wait till we find out like a big boss now that just puts us in our place. Fenrir can just pick up this source that's lying on the floor now. There it is. Let's see what we got. Oh, I don't want to be talking to him. He's our friend, but conversation is not what we need right now. Not too sure I wanted to pick up that meat there. This Hatchin's got absolutely nothing on him. We'll take the ruby, but I'm not gonna start putting lizard legs into
There you are, little egg.
my bag. So that's the egg that the chickens wanted us to get. So the holy chicken quest is complete. We got that now. Let's take it back into the town. I think what I'll do first, we go to the Magisters on there. It seems like a more pressing issue that we should be getting to grips with. So we'll head back into the town. Right there. And I definitely think within the town as well. I'll start probably looking, see if they've got any vendors in here that we can buy any like roguish sort of moves off. That's the one thing with Sabine, she was loaded out with the rogue abilities and just did so much damage through that finesse. I think that's the one thing we're missing now damage-wise off
The Meister
off Freya.
sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the gallows.
Damnable red-cloaked baboons ransacking my wardrobes, as if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a pile with my unmentionables.
That is one fancy dress lizard. Check out those clothes.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its socket.
I swear by the seven, if we did not have more important matters to attend to.
Well, that description's just like
Reaching
paints
across
the picture for
table,
you.
she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle, and thread out of a box. She slowly starts to tend to her wounds.
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe.
I think... Let's see what we'll need.
In your case, more than I suspect, man, God or even reptile can provide. However, we must soldier on.
That's ominous.
It is not enough to be God-woken in order to ascend to divinity. There is a process.
Although, saying that, if in these sorts of games, if they just tell you exactly what you needed straight away, I suppose the elemental mystery just ruins the story plotline.
As she speaks, the Meister uncorks a vial of shimmering liquid, sauce. She lets a couple of drops fall on her hand, but instead of infusing with her body, they quickly evaporate on her scales. She stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you, continuing as if nothing had happened.
A process by which God-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul.
We definitely want to get started as quickly as possible.
Enthusiasm? On a weekday? My word.
Always. Enthusiasm every day of the week. 7
We
days.
shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural pat on the head. Come, God-woken. It is time to see just how awake you are. Fortunately, the Magisters pay much attention to art as they do to
I'm ready for
fashion.
this.
Kindly remove that painting from the wall.
Let's go grab this painting.
I pray my instructions will not be too technical for you. Your talent for following simple instructions fills me with...
Push the button.
Already pushed the button.
Now, kindly go to the vault and enter the combination. I shall call it out as you go.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame a delicate rotary dial. Gleaming under the dim light, the metallic dial almost seems to wink at you. Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination. The metallic sounds of the tumblers falling within the mechanism let you know you entered the code correctly.
Oh, I thought I was going to have to manually enter it, but I suppose that makes it a bit easier.
Follow me. Your time is at hand, Godwoken.
I'm going to beat you down there.
Feel free to look about while I catch my breath. Come speak to me when you wish to proceed.
Is she
And
going to have
try
anything
not
to
to break
need?
anything in the meantime.
I'm going to take that gold. I think if she's training Godwoken here, she'd have quite a lot of things that we need. Oh, I'll take that amulet. If it's going to be any good. Fenrir, do your thing. 26 magic armor, huntsman and summoning. Definitely seems like Loki sort of thing. Got a choice now. Definitely need the magic armor on him, so we'll pop it on. We've got to upgrade at some point anyway, so... It's not at least like we're not contending with like WoW's item score level. Imagine if there was a quest in here that just like stopped us doing it because we didn't have the right item level. Check that jelly room. Jelly shroom.
Ancient runes, weird contraptions. This place is an Arcanist's dream.
That's what I'm thinking. So we've got anything in here, any of these books that we can read. I'm gonna take that. Spell books are always good to keep at hand. I mean, later on, I'm not sure how I'm gonna combine, like, put combos of my party together. Never know what I'm gonna put points into. So far, it seems to be working though. Especially like rogue necromancer sort of thing I've got going on with Freya here. That's a ritual book. I assume that's what we're going to be doing at the moment when we talk to her. Or I've just just jumped a bit there. That's the only bad thing is these sort of games when you're just exploring so much, you tend to just jump leaps and bounds between things. I just picked up something I probably didn't need. That that vial rack was holding a sword that you can't see. That is impressive. It's a one-handed sword, so no one's gonna be able to use it, but I think we're done robbing her now. Is it robbing or is it borrowing? Either way.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she turns to you.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, Godwoken?
We go with number 3 there, because that's kind of like a Paladin way that you're doing things to make the world a better place.
And you in your infinite wisdom would know what is better. You would judge your enemies without prejudice and make decisions that could hurt your own for the greater good. No,
that's what we gotta
becoming
do.
the divine means taking on the power of all the gods and the responsibility for all the races. The divine was created by the gods to shelter us from the void.
We've kind of learned that from the echoes of the gods from when we've been there twice.
The divine cannot use his power for anything else.
So we definitely understand that.
Very well then. Let's see if we can't snatch divinity from the jaws of the void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then inhale the smoke.
Well, I'm guaranteeing now Freya's gonna have to make someone bleed. So, blackroot in the bowl, blood, And then a flame.
Ignore any feelings of dizziness, burning in your lungs, or a dire sense of existential dread. They're all perfectly normal, although you will need to sacrifice a little sauce along the way.
Well, you got it on tap here, so I think we'll be alright.
Everything you need is here. Ingredients in the cupboard. Sauce in the glowing fountain. Ritual in the tome by the bookcase. Even an incinerator to provide a flame.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claws.
Let's ask her about
Quite.
a wound.
Mind you, being torn asunder by a Voidwoken would be even more inconvenient. So if you wouldn't mind...
The Meister points sharply to the ingredients cupboard.
We'll get
And do
started
not lose
immediately.
anything. These ingredients are rare indeed. I'm not hiking back out to the Cloisterwood to fetch you more blackroot.
I think what we'll do on that episode, on that note then, not episode, on that note then, I'm just going to end this episode and then we'll start next episode with doing the ritual. Oh man, it's getting exciting now. More divine power coming towards us. We'll probably get another move, I imagine. So we've got a few moves down here that we can use with our source. Hopefully we get something good. So until next time, adventurers, thanks for watching and farewell.